Hey guys, it's Arcade, and what the hell is going on with the CPU load? Oh wow. Okay, well, today I will show you a new tutorial, and it's not actually a tutorial, it's more like a go-through of one of my songs, Celebrate the Night, which was kind of successful because it was featured on SoundCloud somewhere. So yeah, that's why I decided to show you this song. And if you don't know which song it is, here's a little part, the drop. And then also this part. So yeah, I'm gonna show you how I made this song, and I'm gonna go through all the sounds and show you what effects I used. So yeah, let's get started. I actually asked you guys if this is a good idea, so you said it would be a good idea, so hopefully it will kind of help you, and if not, well, I'm not gonna do it again. But I have to try to find out. So yeah. So first sound is the piano. I don't know if I actually started with this. I probably started with the drop. I usually do that. But we're gonna go as the song progresses. So we have the piano. There's an automation of volume. It goes from low volume to high volume. So it sounds like this. And that's it. That's it. That's the piano. I used True Pianos plugin. It's a great plugin. It doesn't take too much space on your disk, so that's great. And it has some nice sounds. So I automated the volume, so it goes like, yeah. And then there's this sound, the synth. It's like a kind of, it's a pluck, like deadmau5 does or something. I actually made it a little while ago, and I also automated the cutoff on this thing, so later it sounds like this. Actually, let me just show you the piano with the synth and the automation. So yeah, it's a nice effect, and it's really simple. You just right click and create automation clip on the volume, and you get this effect. Then we have the drums. So I created those and then converted them to MP3 using Edison. I just recorded them because then it doesn't use so much CPU. And the drums, I think, are 22. I used some compression on them, almost none, but there's this gain, so it sounds like louder. And I'm not really good with compressors. I basically just mess around with it, and if it sounds good, I use that. I don't really know what exactly it does, and don't know the technical side of it, but I know a few basics, but I just always go by my ears. So yeah, we have the piano, the synth, the drums, and then we have this. Which is just like a clap with a bunch of reverb on it. It's actually this clap. Yeah. And as you can see, without reverb, it's like this. So I put a lot of reverb on it using 3D reverb. And as you can see, I just extreme amount of reverb, and it creates this effect. And so that's pretty nice as well. And then we have this, which is actually just nothing. It's a sound, it's a kick that just sidechains some other sounds. And that's pretty much it. It doesn't make any sound, it only sidechains other sounds. If you don't know what sidechaining is, then check out my other tutorials. I'm pretty sure I explained that. I'm pretty sure I will explain it in this tutorial as well later on. So that's the intro. Then it kind of changes to a build-up. So in the build-up we have build-up drums. I'm actually surprised that I named all these because I don't do that anymore. And again, the CPU is just wow. Yeah, that's like the drums we have in the build-up. And we also have this snare. And yeah, there are actually no effects on it. And on the drums, there are probably some effects. Let's see. 1, 2. So no effects on the drums either. Just kind of adjusting the volume. And that's the drums and the snare. Also pretty basic stuff. Sounds kind of nice. Then we have the sweep from Vengeance sample packs. Yeah, I mean, it's a sweep. What else can I say? Always use sweeps and crashes and down sweeps, because and especially in the build-up, like there has to be some kind of sweep. You can create your own sweeps. I usually use some from some packs, but I also created one pack where are sweeps, and this producing pack of mine, and you can also download it for free. And there are some risers and sweeps I created. So yeah, you can download that and use those sweeps. It's completely free, and I think it's on my Facebook page. So yeah, check it out. You also get some more other sounds in case you want that, in case you don't have it already. Then we also still have these drums in the build-up, and even the sidechain. I'm not sure if sidechain does anything to these sounds. So maybe it doesn't even have to be there. Maybe I just kind of didn't realize that before. Or maybe it does something, I'm not sure. I don't remember. Then we have this clap again. Actually a different clap. Still the same reverb effect. And then we have the clap. And that is in the build-up. To create some tension or whatever. And also we have another riser. Also you can either create your own or use some other. There are also risers in my sample pack. You can actually create these using Native Instruments Massive and just automate some parameters. It's pretty easy to make some risers. So yeah, but I'm usually pretty lazy, so I just use what I have. And then we have the clap I used before, but reversed. And that's pretty much all for the build-up. Just a lot of sweeps and drums creating some tension. And then there is like a pause, and we have this fill. And I love these fills from, it's also from Vengeance. I usually use stuff from Vengeance because I have a lot of stuff by them. And these fills are just great. And also there's a reverse crash. And the snares. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the pause. Like it's like a, so it's, there's a better transition, so I put this there. And then finally we have the drop. In the drop we have the kick, which obviously should be there. I'm not sure actually if this is the best kick sound, but I just kind of used it for this song and it worked, so yeah. So as far as the kick goes, we got some EQ going, deleted few lower frequencies so it doesn't like collide with the bass. The bass, I'm gonna show you the bass later. And also we have a compressor here, which again does probably nothing, just the gain, so it's louder. Like without the compressor it sounds like really low volume, and with it it's pretty loud. So that's what the compressor does. Not really using it as a compressor probably, but I don't know, it just sounded good, so I used it. And that's the kick. The kick should do some sign chaining, and this is probably the most interesting thing about the whole project, and maybe what you have been waiting for. Well, all these synths. So we're gonna start with this one. It's actually the one we already used at the beginning, and now I'm using it in the drop. So that's the synth. It's pretty basic melody. It wasn't that hard to make it. And then on the synth we got some EQ as well. I deleted all the low frequencies. Not many low frequencies, but just some unnecessary. And actually cut a little bit of high frequencies too. So without it, it sounds like this. It's like too harsh with the high frequencies, so I cut them. And also here is the sign chaining. So if you look now, it does nothing, but in the song it should be working. Let me just enable the kick. So as you can see, every time the kick hits, it lowers the volume of the synth. So that's what sign chaining does, and I really use it a lot, and you should too. So that's when you want your kick to be louder in the mix, you do this. So every time the kick hits, all the sounds are kind of lowered. The volume of them is lowered. So that's the synth. Then we got another. Playing the same melody. The sound is from Nexus. This is lead. And combined together sounds like this. It creates like a reverb effect. There's like, it's more full, the sound is more full. And always combine more synths together, it creates a lot better sound. And for this synth we got effects. We got an EQ as well, where I boosted the high frequencies, unlike the other where I lowered them. And also for some reason I boosted it here, Without it, it sounds like this. And with it, just way better. Alright, becomes alive. And also there's a sidechain, probably the same as the one for the other sound. I'm gonna skip the bass, I'm gonna show you afterwards. Then we have this piano. Which again I used EQ and cut all the low frequencies because we don't need them. That's for the bass. Also boosted the higher frequencies. This is how it sounds without EQ. So yeah, you can hear the difference again. And it's always good to cut off the low frequencies, even if you think there are none. There always is some kind of frequency that is just messing it all up. And it adds up when you have a lot of sounds. So if you cut all the low frequencies, you will have a way clearer mix. And then we have this white noise. It's always good to use white noise. It just fills the empty spots and it sounds better. So this is how you create white noise. You just put you create a 3x OSC oscillator and you put all these on this shape. Which one is it? Is it white noise or noise or whatever it's called? I'm not even sure. And then you basically change this to fast LP, low pass filter, and change these parameters. And also if you want to automate it, you can change this, and the speed you can set it to whatever you want. And I'm gonna show you actually what it does. So it's like a low pass filter. And the speed, maybe let's say 4. Okay, I think it was on 2. So yeah, that's how we create white noise. It's really easy. You can also do it through Massive, where you just disable everything and enable the white noise oscillator, and that's it. But it's very useful as well. And then we have the bass. Actually, no effects on that. So we have the bass. Use Nexus for the bass again. Dance bass. And the effects on the bass are EQ again. So I cut off the high frequencies because the bass is supposed to play the low frequencies, obviously. So you don't need that much high frequencies. But this bass, it has some high frequencies. Some basses don't even have them at all. But this one has, and so I decided to cut some off. Almost no difference, but there is a little bit of difference. You can hear that click of high frequencies in this one, and when you cut it off, so it's just not there. And yeah, so that's pretty much the drop, almost most of it at least. Just combining a lot of different sounds, putting a bass under it and some white noise, and you get some great sounds. Then we have a downsweep. And I mean, it all sounds pretty easy as I show you this, like I did that and that, but it's always different. You can't always do the same thing to every sound, like yeah, so it's kind of hard actually. It takes a lot of time. even though it looks like you just create a sound, create the melody, and boost some things. It's not that easy actually. But yeah, let me continue with, so the down sweep. Always good to have something like that at the start of the drop, so it hits harder. I have this clap here again, and also this clap. So yeah. And actually, when I was making this song, the CPU was probably high, so I decided to convert the whole drop. Oh shit! What did I do? Convert the whole drop to MP3 using Edison. I recorded it, and here's what I have. But I put another wave of effects on it. So I put a filter here again. I mean EQ. I cut off all the low frequencies of the leads and some high as well. I'm not even sure why I put this one here, but it's there. I don't think it needs to be. But anyways, then I put a compressor on it, a sound goodizer even, a little amount of sound goodizer. Sound goodizer is basically a compressor as well, and I actually really like sound goodizer. It sounds really good. I mean, that's what the name says, so. And also a filter, because it's filtered at the end, and a sine chain again. And I also converted the bass to MP3 and just deleted even more high frequencies and boosted it at the exact opposite spots as the kick is lowered. So let me show you the kick. Ah, crap. What am I doing? The kick. It's just lagging. I don't know why the latency. The CPU is just so high. So as you can see, the kick is like this. So the bass is the exact opposite of it. So that works pretty well. Then you can hear the bass and the kick really nice in the mix. So I converted all the sounds. Actually, this is not in the original song. These two. There's just this. I just put it there so I can show you exactly how I made it. But I ended up using just the ones that I converted into MP3. So you basically like take the sound, open Edison, whatever it is. You click on play, you click record, and it doesn't record shit now because my audio settings are changed, because I can record while recording a video, but it would basically record your sound, and then you would have an MP3 file of your sound, and you could actually just delete all the plugins and disable all the effects because you already have it converted, and it wouldn't like take so much CPU. So that's why I did it. Yeah, in the drop we also have these per shows, toms. So we got Fruity Blood Overdrive. Just change this a little. I'm actually not sure what that plugin does. I just wanted it to be a little louder or different, so I just kind of messed around. We also have the compressor, and we have a lot of reverb, and it sounds like this in the mix. So we have this variation, and then we have right, and we have compressor on the right. so it likes the volume doesn't like fade out. It keeps pushing the volume up. I'll always use rides in the drop. It just makes it kind of like, look at the difference between with ride and without it. And here is it with the ride. It is just kind of more full as well. So yeah, that's the drop, and we also have this impact. Oh my god, the CPU, just crazy. Well, that's what we have. And also I forgot this. That's the sound. I automated the pitch. And did I actually do anything else to it? Yeah, I put gross beat on it. Oh yeah. So it's like, you know, it's not just straight sound. So that's pretty nice. I use gross beat a lot. It's a great plugin. And again, we have this filter at the end of the drop. So then I used a Prida snare. I think it's called that way. Basically, it's a snare with a lot of reverb on it, and it creates like great feel. And I'll also put Sausage Fattener, which is by Data Life, and it's a pretty good plugin. Just kind of, you don't know what it actually does, but it makes everything sound better. That's the kind of plugin I like. And so then there's this second drop, or just kind of a breakdown or whatever, where I have the kick, the snares, still the Percios, the ride, and this reverb clap. And then I use this sound. I mean, I'm not going to show you the other sounds because I already did, so I hope you understand, but only thing new in this is this sound. So yeah, this sound is kind of great. I loved it, and that's why I decided to use it. It's from Absinthe 5, and it's called Brick Bass. And I actually adjusted a few things in Absinthe. I'm not sure what, but I'm pretty sure I did. It sounds a bit different in the original sound, but it's very similar. And I put Sausage Fattener on it, which makes quite the difference. Yeah, makes it more massive. And then we have a sidechain again. So I always use sidechain on just about everything. Actually, the sidechain. Now this kick that doesn't make any sound, that's the one that sidechains the bass. So you can hear the sidechain, but you can't hear the kick. This is without it. This is with. So that's kind of what I sometimes do. You just have the sidechain, but not really the kick. So you can change the kick, the actual kick you can change, and it won't affect any sidechaining. Because if you change the sound of a kick, it will actually affect how it will sidechain other sounds. So sometimes I just use one kick only for sign chaining, and you won't even hear the kick in the mix at all. It's you put it on an insert, and then that insert you click this. So you won't hear it in the mix, but it will actually affect other sounds. Yeah, that's pretty much the second drop. I really like that. And then again we go to build up. Which is almost the same as the first one, but I used a different riser here. I'm pretty sure, right? Yeah, I used this riser. Other than that, it's pretty much the same. Actually, there is this snare again. So, and also, actually, well, there is this sound. I decided to pitch that sound at the end of the drop, at the end of the build-up. So I probably just automated this. And also I put like this part of the drop. So it kind of transitions better. And I also automated the volume of it. That's actually a great way to transition between build up and the drop. Because without it, it's like this. And it's kind of more natural, or I don't know. And here we are in the drop again, and it's the same one. Probably no changes here. Actually, this might be a change. So I put this tom that is just going through the whole first part of the drop. Yeah, definitely can hear that. And then it goes away. So yeah, that's pretty much how I made this song. I don't know if this video was that great. Maybe it was helpful. I'm not actually sure, so let me know. If you liked it, then like the video. If you didn't like it, then don't dislike it. No, don't do that. Just let me know in the comments that I shouldn't do these anymore. Or maybe I should. So yeah, let me know, because I actually don't know. I don't know how helpful it is to you. It's definitely not helpful to me, because I already made this song. So I learned nothing new. But you might have learned something new, and I hope you did. And thanks for watching. Goodbye.